Alright, give it a couple seconds. We should be live. Let's hit play. Hope this picks up. Should automatically pick up the game once it goes full screen. If OBS's settings are halfway decent. Since I'm starting from the beginning, I want to actually capture the opening. It's taking its sweet ass fucking time. Doing the first time setup it shouldn't need to do because I already have DirectX. Gotta love Steam. Gotta love Steam. I probably should have done this first, but I wanted to capture that opening video because I'm starting from the beginning. So I'm fairly certain it only plays while it's doing like the made by window shit, and not when you actually start a new game for some stupid reason. Probably should have just run the game and then quit it before I started streaming. Oh well, I'll fill up the dead space. Da 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 da. Bop. Come on. God damn it. How long does it take to install DirectX? Seriously. Oh, oh, oh. There we go. We're at the C++ 2005. Like the 30th, 100th one on my computer. Probably. There it goes. There's the loading. It's probably going to be loud because I haven't had time, obviously, to adjust the audio, so apologies now if it's going to blow your headphones. Alright, if OBS is working properly, you should now see the game. At the very least, you can hear it. And I tap out the check, but I'm pretty sure if I hit any button whatsoever, it's going to skip through this. So let's just, I'll shut up once the video starts. All that just to say Hasbro. I hope it's not only the second game that does it. Ah, here we go. Okay. That was that. Alright, so I don't think I've ever commented. I think I've streamed this game 3, 4 times now, counting this one that's about to begin. I don't think I've ever brought this up. Cybertron seems like such an impractical planet in a lot of the stages, and especially in that cutscene where, if you noticed, the highway was building itself, but then stopped in midair. Why? Why does the highway only go there? Clearly, the planet builds itself out as needed, to an extent. But why the just random just stop here for a jump sequence? Why didn't it just keep building itself out to where he was going? It would not have gotten them any faster or slower to do it one way versus the other. It's just they did it because it looked cool, and I feel like Primus wouldn't just transform his surface for looking cool factor. Also, I need to check something real quick. Yeah, so about 23-ish minutes. I'm gonna have to pause to go grab some laundry from downstairs and bring it up. I don't have to put it away or anything, so it'll just probably be like a couple minutes. But let's go into settings. It wasn't as loud as I thought it would be. Let's make sure our graphic settings are all. I guess while I'm streaming, medium is good enough. Although I'm pretty sure my computer can handle better than that. So fuck it. Let's just leave it as it is, default. Although, yeah, just leave it as is. But the reason I started this is because I started up War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron rather, yesterday, and noticed all my single player progress had mysteriously disappeared. And I'm assuming it's going to be similar here, since it just asked me to calibrate. And I thought, hey, that's a good excuse to play it. I haven't played it yet on this new computer. Actually, you know what? I am going to kick at that. Okay, I haven't played it yet on this new computer, so fuck it. Let's go back in the settings. Graphics. I should definitely be able to play on fucking high. Also, I'm just going to double check that, yeah, OBS has been capturing it, so. I don't need no damn tutorials. I played this game before. Yeah, I figured, yeah. It's all. And my phone's ringing, so I'll be back. Sorry about that. Wife called. Important business things. Um, but I am going to have to be off a little longer. So I'm actually going to... I don't really want to stop the stream. I got to make a phone call to a furniture place about my couch being fucked up. So I'm just going to be like another 5 minutes and then we can get going. So hang on a bit more, guys. Alright, that is sorted, and unfortunately I think my laundry's done in like... Yeah, my laundry's done in like 7 minutes, but fuck it! I can do at least the first level. Then do my laundry. So, yeah. Chapter 1. Let's see, we can be Brawl, Barricade, or Megatron. I mean... Why wouldn't we be Megatron? I mean, not... Fallen Chocolate. Alright, probably gonna take a minute to remember the controls, but... Gonna have to turn subtitles on. God, these textures look so weird. Textures look so weird. Pick up ammo. Alright. Shift is 180. I know there's like a... Oh, is it? Okay. the other mouse button. And that's the melee. Oh yeah, so I'll turn subtitles on. I was when I turned that to high. No wonder the graphics look so weird. Ah, but I could dash through and get less damage. Oh, really? That put me all the way back here? Well, hello, Neotech. You are actually really quiet compared to what I'm doing, so I'm gonna have to go into settings real quick. You know, doing everything at 60 should be fine. Yeah. So how you doing, Neotech? I have questions. I have answers. I also have to get laundry. So I'm gonna pause, and I'm just gonna drop the bag on you to fill up the dead space for a couple minutes. I'll be right back. You should be getting picked up. Ah, well, I'll fix it when I get back. Alright, let's see if we can't fix why people can't hear you.
A, B, C, D, can people fucking hear me?
Okay, you're coming in on my new desktop audio too. So oh my god, this probably means no one could hear anyone on D&D.
I hear myself now.
Yeah, I recently, and by recently I mean a couple weeks ago, put speakers on my computer, and it's been doing this weird audio thing now where audio comes through both, but it only recognizes on my computer's end as far as picking up the audio for different programs as coming from one or the other of the two audio things, even if I don't actively have one turned on. So, okay. You guys are currently coming in now on desktop audio 2. Everything else on my desktop would be audio 1. And now I also have game audio. So, I have to balance 3 audio settings now to make OBS work.
Transmit your coordinates, Soundwave. And I want everything ready upon my arrival.
I can talk now. Yeah, that sounds like a giant pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Starscream, the ambush is set. They won't make it past. I shall hold you to that, soldier. Yes, sir.
Now I can't stand the hit sound of my own voice.
Almost too easy.
So you asked a question.
I did. My game's still too loud.
Yeah, it's still too loud. Fuck it. It's a mech combat game. It's gonna be loud.
I know, but still.
Honestly, ever since you started talking about 5A, my vote's for 5A. I like I like the fact that there's only 3 books, so there's no searching through a million different books to find special ways to break everything. And I enjoy the fact that, one, the system's broken as the system's way too simple, but not too, it's both, if that makes sense. It's simplified to the point of absurdity, and it's also incredibly complex.
Yes,
I like that.
And that's kind of what it's meant to be.
My vote's for 5e. If we did D20, I've never done...
D20's in a very similar boat to 5e. It's simple but complex, and it's stupidly hard to break. D20 was basically the further refinement of the original D20 system after Pathfinder came out. They took their lessons from 3.5 in Pathfinder and created a super streamlined system that relies on a D20 dice roll to do things. And, you know, wealth is an abstract value that you have a wealth number that represents basically, like, this is an abstract number that represents how much spending cash you have around. And if things cost more than that amount, it represents a drain on your funds because your wealth number will go down if you buy something with a higher value than you have, but you're still able to afford it, and that represents you taking, like, credit and loans and shit without actually having to have rules for credit and loans and shit. If you take something that's less than that value, it costs you nothing, and that represents you just having that money, like, in pocket, like chump change.
I kind of hate that already. But
actually, no, it's incredibly simple because there's almost nothing to buy in the game anyway. So,
wow. Yeah.
You don't need to buy anything, Neotag. It's literally a game set in a modern setting. What are you gonna buy, Neotag? Tickets to the movie? It literally says like tickets to the movie is like less than is like 1 wealth value. If you don't have 1 wealth, you can't afford tickets to the movie. If you have at least 1 wealth, it costs you nothing to just go to the movies. That way you don't have to ask the DM, how much are tickets in this town? How many dollars do I have?
So it's a modern game set in the modern world.
Yes. There are other things for it where there's D20 Future, there's D20 Past, there's Urban Arcana, which is in the D20 Modern book, which is basically modern day, but magic and D&D monsters and shit exist. And there's rules for converting D&D monsters from 3.5 into D20 Modern. There's stupidly easy psionics that aren't stupid and broken, where it's just like, no, psionics work basically the same as magic, except they're psychic powers. It's literally a flavor change and a modifier change, not a completely separate thing in and of itself. And it's actually a very good system. I can hook you up with the books later if you want.
I'm still reading the 5e books. I'm not.
Well, I mean, I can just give you like the base D20 book right after you finish reading 5e. But yeah, no, it's stupidly easy to learn D20, but it is amazingly complex and has almost infinite possibility for modifications to it. And there are a lot of fan-made games for different universes that run off that system.
Yeah, here's what it sounds like. D20 is a nice base system with basically nothing in it for a campaign.
No, there's tons in it for campaigns.
No, let me finish. It gives you the rules, and it says, and then tells you to create your own world.
Kinda. There's, I think, 4 preset worlds built into it as campaign modules you can run. And each book that comes out from Wizards has at least 2 to 3 campaign modules per rule set. Like, there's a special campaign module for, like, if you want psionics in your world, here's a psionics handset where your guys are basically like X-Files type secret agents in a world where like psionics and aliens and shit exist.
What would you? All right, before
onward through that door.
I'm gonna. Before I say I'm absolutely against doing D20, what would you try to do?
There's a couple things I'd want to do with it because there's just so many possibilities. What I'd want to do as like my first idea that I'd pitch out is I'd set up a game ages ago.
One second. Sorry, just 1 second. I'm about to have to kill an F.
Murder that nephew. Murder that nephew. Blah, 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 blah. Murder that nephew. Still could have sworn there was an air dash in this game and not just double jumping.
Pull back!
Area is secured, Megatron.
Excellent.
Hail, Lord Megatron!
You want more? Who's next?
It's an honor to serve you, Lord Megatron.
Cybertron, I have unlocked your lift controls. Your command center awaits at the top.
For the glory of Megatron!
My name is Jetfire. I'm not here to fight.
That makes one of us. Speak your piece, quickly.
I've seen the horrors of what DAHRK EHNAJOHN can do, Megatron.
One day,
Not to be trifled with.
y'all probably won't even hear it in the news. I'll just kill them all.
No one will ever find the bodies.
You cannot frighten me, Jetfire.
No, I'll pay
I
for
will
my
use
crime by
DAHRK
going to jail,
EHNAJOHN
but
as I
by then I
please.
wouldn't give a shit.
Are a short-sighted fool.
No, yeah. What would you want to do with
Yes.
D20?
So, the first thing I want to do, since I've already got everything up for it a Google Doc, I initially made a game. This would have been a few years back. To give you an idea of how far back, Delta Bravo was the reason I canceled this fucking game.
Oh, yeah, him.
Yeah, no, he was gonna be in my game, and him pissing me off was like the sole reason I ended up canceling that game.
Pitch it to me.
So, it's kind of near future-ish. Mankind's just hitting the point where, like, the military has figured out laser technology, but it's not civilian accessible yet, and it's,
So you
like,
mean
big
right
and
now,
bulky.
then? You literally mean right now, because that's what they've already have.
No, I'm talking about, like, we have, like, outright, like, orbital space laser fucking platforms.
They're working on that, but
Yeah,
yes.
I know they're working on this. This would be, like, after the shit's built and has been used, because aliens will have existed in this world. This is a world where...
So it's aliens versus humans?
No, hang on. I'm not done yet.
Unacceptable. They should be victorious.
Magic also exists, and basically the reason magic and aliens both exist is the quote-unquote far realm and astral plane and all that stuff, like explanations of other planes of existence, is space. So, certain monsters from D&D are literally just aliens. There is a magical dimension, and it kind of goes on like Shadow Realm things. That's kind of how Urban Arcana works, where every so many years, like a couple centuries or so, that realm and our realm kind of flux in and out of wavelength with each other. When it does, it just randomly just starts dumping people back and forth between the two on one-way trips.
Right. So what would...
So what you guys would be is you're basically the Men in Black open FBI version of this in this world, where, like, no, because magic and aliens and psychic powers and shit exist, the regular cops and militaries aren't equipped to handle this shit. So there is just a group that was founded by the United Nations to be like, no, we're the investigative / police / military force, and there's various branches of this group. And you guys would be sort of like, you know, the investigative side of things. You'd be like the FBI agents of this world who are, you police what goes on. So, like, if a crime gets committed by somebody who's supernatural, they'd send you guys in. If an alien comes in without permits and starts, like, abducting people, they'd send you guys in. And my talking is going to be murdered. And I'm dead.
I noticed.
And that was the initial game. That was kind of a melding of several campaign modules, with a bit of the next power level up from the digital age from D20 Future thrown in as, like, military level equipment.
Alright, so here's a couple of questions for this. One, what type of combat would it be then? Would it be like, hey, we've got a report of funny shit going on at so-and-so flop house. You go in and we bust up an alien gang or a mystical gang, something like that?
Unacceptable.
Yeah.
They should be victorious or dead.
And then, obviously, as the campaign goes on, you guys would, you know, deal with bigger and bigger threats. You'd probably, like, get promoted within the organization to bigger and
That's
bigger
another
shit.
question I need to know before I can make up my mind on D20. How does leveling up work?
It's literally the exact same as D&D. Except for they did something amazing. Base classes work to level 20. So,
Yeah,
if you don't want a
4
prestige
to-
class, you don't have to.
4E and 5E do that.
Yeah.
All base classes actually. That's one of the things I actually like about.
Because
5E.
the way classes work in D20 is your class actually determines your defense stats. More combat-focused classes tend to have better defensive stats, and yes, clothing and armor can make a bit of a mitigating thing, but this is also the modern world. You don't have suits of armor anymore. You have things like a leather coat provides you an extra 1 to your defense on top of whatever your class does. And it's mostly not you soaking up hits, it's you dodging goddamn bullets. Because you don't want to get hit. Getting hit hurts. Again, this is like a modern setting. There are rules for things like, you know, bulletproof vests add like a significant chunk to your defense stat, being able to, you know, it can take small arms fire, knife stabs, and shit like
So
that.
there's not really a lot of support magic then. It's mainly attack and.
There kind of is some support magic, but a lot of magic is it's basically kind of like, if you're going to go by the 4E thing, it's utility and attack magic. You have spells that can do things like, there's literally like a level 0 spell that just washes your clothes for you. It's actually kind of hilarious.
I'm not gonna lie, I've always hated those level 0 spells like that.
This is also a world where prepared spells aren't a thing, so...
Yeah,
I mean, just you know a spell, you can just cast the fucking spell.
Yeah, you just have a limit for how many you can cast per day.
I'm actually trying to remember if that's true in D20 or not.
Okay.
I think it's just a limit on what you can learn, because you only learn spells through leveling up in D20, if I recall correctly.
Alright, Sovik, I may be confessing to a murder in a second. And literally, I sent the boy that was having trouble being an issue upstairs,
And he's back?
downstairs again. Yeah, he's literally waited for me to go into my room, get on my headset, and then ran right back downstairs. I'm about to murder him. Be right back.
Okay.
Being a dad is great.
Especially when it's not your kids.
This entire station was created over 10,000 years ago. Much of its technology is antiquated and inefficient. I look forward to updating it. Strength returns! Soundwave, we've located the holo map. I'm sending the data to you now.
Megatron, you may have gotten this far, but you'll never get your hands on the Dark Energon.
Starscream, this acrimony is needless. I know who you once were, Sky Commander, and that you were betrayed. With Dark Energon, I shall return Cybertron to its former glory, and you to yours, if you agree to serve me.
You're a fool! No one can control Dark Energon!
Time to travel swiftly!
Decepticons inbound!
All Autobots shall perish!
Not bad. Not as good as me, but not bad. Enemy car approaching. Ready to fire. He overloaded.
Okay, was that it? Ah, there we go. I'm forgetting what buttons my fucking health drain. Really, I gotta go.
Soundwave, we've located the holo map. I'm sending the data to you now.
Megatron, you may have gotten this far, but
Cybertron
you'll never
drift.
get your hands on the Dark Energon.
Starscream, this acrimony is needless. I know who you once were, Sky Commander, and that you were betrayed. With Dark
Oh, really? Up
Energon,
here?
I shall return Cybertron to its former glory, and you to yours, if you agree to serve me.
You're a fool! No one can control Dark Energon!
What's up, bitch?
Stay sharp! You got company!
Alright, okay. I've got them all working on something, so it'll be another 20 minutes before I can kill them. So, how do I say this? I can't quite remember everything you said.
Megatron, there's a route to the manufacturing plant nearby. That star screen has not yet locked. Transmitting coordinates.
I mean,
Excellent. Decepticons.
the first key is to
lock
remembering.
this room down and await our return.
Yeah. Look, how long are you gonna still be streaming and around, dude?
I mean, I'm going to be around till around 5-ish, then I'm going to stop the stream to go do some grocery shopping with my wife down the street, and then I'll be back again after that.
Alright, because I gotta head to the store now and get something for dinner.
Yeah.
So, I love this. I was like, okay, I'm gonna be free for about an hour.
And then that hour just get eaten up by your goddamn nephews.
Yeah. I can talk to Sovek and work out what the next thing is. Like, it's not even that mission critical to me. We've got at least another 2-3 months. If not more.
I mean, I'd say 2's probably going to be... Actually, no, for the whole thing, yeah, maybe 3 months. Maybe 3 to 4 months, probably. With the every other week with the every other week schedule, yeah.
Yeah, here's the thing. I think you're underestimating how much you can get out of after we take out the train.
What exactly did they manufacture?
Not really, because I'm not gonna lie to you, Tag, you're gonna be fighting level 20s when you're doing this.
I mean, we're going to take out Leviathan. You know that, right? After the church thing, we're probably gonna be drunk on power and like, you know what? Let's free up these trade planes. Take out Leviathan.
I mean, yeah, that's gonna be less than a session.
But
I hate to disappoint you, New Tag, but that is just gonna be like a normal monster fight on that.
But I gotta get up and get dressed. But no, I'll be back to talk about shit in a little back. But right now, I really want to try 5e. I think.
Yeah, no. I get you. I do too, but at the same time, there's a part of me that just wants to run a system I know, and there's also that part of me that just wants to be like, I just did a D&D campaign. A change of pace would be nice.
I get what you're saying.
Just as the guy running things, you know. No fall damage.
At the same time, whenever somebody says Shadowrun, I want to run away. And you did use Shadowrun in your description.
Mostly as a thematic thing. and that was just to kind of explain, because D20 Modern's Urban Arcana setting literally just stole part of the plot of Shadowrun, where it's like, no, magic's always been the thing, it's just every now and then the world of magic and the world in our world just kind of like stop being connected. And then it'll go back to being connected.
I'd probably run a support healer. How does healing work in your
healing works, funny enough, it works the same way that medicine works. I don't know that there's any real healing magic class. I think there is kind of an equivalent of it, and it's basically you play a faith healer type person where it's not really divine magic, but like your belief in like a goal or a higher power gives you the ability to heal people.
Alright, no, because I can't stand faith healing people. I honestly...
Yeah, no, I'd have to look into it. I'm pretty sure, like, literally, the healing class, quote-unquote, is just, no, your guy is just an outright doctor who knows how to use fucking guns and shit.
Alright, so you're
literally like a combat medic. I'm pretty sure that is the heal.
You're Doc Holliday from fucking...
Yeah.
Like, yes, I spend most of my time being a doctor, but when somebody fucks up, I shoot them in the face.
Yeah, no, that is basically it. Like, you're not as good at combat as everybody else, but it's not like you can't blow the shoot someone's face off.
Something before I actually have to leave. So you're kind of like, it's kind of like alchemy, where you prep things ahead of time and use it to heal people.
Kinda, yeah. Like you can set up like medic kits and shit. Like you have things that are basically like, no, I'm pretty sure like one of your class abilities is you can give someone temporary hit points. It's just literally you running up and just jabbing them in the chest with fucking adrenaline and be like, "Don't die, motherfucker!"
All right, I gotta go. I'll be back in about 30 minutes.
Actually, I might cut my stream early because I am just way too distracted right now to actually focus on what I'm doing. And I had a lot of technical issues getting started before you showed up, so I think I gotta call this a wash and just start over on the first mission tomorrow or something.
All right.
I'm calling the stream a wash. Ignore,
I mean,
ignore this video. That's gonna be the description. Ignore me.
It worked pretty well, to be honest. Everything streamed right. All right.
I know, that was, and plus the graphic settings don't kick in until I restart the game anyway.
I'm being yelled at. I really have to go. See you guys.
So yeah, I'm stopping. Bye, guys.